పిల్లల గురించి ఆలోచించని తల్లిదండ్రులు ఉండరు. చిన్నారుల భవిష్యత్తు బాగుండాలని తల్లిదండ్రులు వాళ్ళ స్థాయి మేరకు ఆస్తులు కొనుగోలు చేస్తుంటారు. అయితే వాటిని భద్రపరచడంలో కాస్త నిర్లక్ష్యం వల్ల పిల్లలకు ఆ ఆస్తి పత్రాలు దొరక్కపోవచ్చు. ఆ ఇబ్బందిని అధిగమించేందుకే భారత్లోకి వచ్చింది ఈ సరికొత్త లెగసీ టెక్. ఇప్పటి వరకు విదేశాల్లోనే ఉన్న విధానాన్ని మన దేశానికి తీసుకువచ్చారు హైదరాబాద్ యువ వ్యవస్థాపకులు. మిత్ పేరుతో ఈ లెగసీ టెక్ ప్రారంభించి అందరి మన్ననలు పొందుతున్నారు. మరి ఆ యువకులు ఎవరు, మిత్ ఏం చేస్తోంది, దాని ఫలితాలు ఏంటి అనేది వారినే అడిగి తెలుసుకుందాం.
సరికొత్త ఆలోచనలతోనే ప్రపంచం ముందుకు నడుస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ప్రపంచంతో పాటు మన జీవన శైలి కూడా సులువుగా మారుతూ ఉంటుంది. మరి అలాంటి ఒక సరికొత్త ఆలోచనలతోనే విశాల్ గారు ముందుకు వచ్చేసారు మిత్ అన్న అసెట్ వాల్ట్ తో. మరి అసలు ఈ అసెట్ వాల్ట్ ఏంటి, ఎలా పనిచేస్తుంది, ఒకవేళ మీరు కూడా వాడాలనుకుంటే ఎలా చేయాలి, ఎలా వాడుకోవాలి దాన్ని అన్నదా మరిన్ని విషయాలు విశాల్ గారి నుంచి అడిగి తెలుసుకుందాం. సో హాయ్ విశాల్.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Okay, so tell us about the app. What is it about and how can people use it and how is it helpful to the people?
We earn all our lives for the family, for ourselves and for the family. We also buy insurance. We buy term insurance to protect our family in case something happens to us. Mm-hmm. We buy travel insurance so that we can secure our travel. But we fail to record those details wherever and whenever. And in order to make it easy for people to record and share with their family members, that's why the Asset Vault part of Mith exists.
Okay. So when did you start this off? When did you first develop the app? How did it happen?
See, for everything, necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. For me, this was a necessity as well.
Okay.
During COVID times, especially in the Delta wave, I was in Singapore. My mom was hospitalized due to COVID. But that is the time when it hit me that there's so much I want to share with my mom. And which is where the idea of emotional will came into picture. Okay. But more importantly, I realized I have so many insurance policies. I have so many assets which are based in Singapore, in India. I haven't listed them down anywhere. I could write a piece of paper and give it to my family, but people keep on moving from place to place, and what if that people is lost? Which is where this digital form of sharing of the asset details and the emotional, that's where they were really born.
Okay. So tell me one good reason why should people use Mith when they could keep their documents alive in the cloud?
The thing is, people can do it, but they don't do it.
Okay.
That's the main problem, and our goal is really to create intent in people to capture those details. The problem comes is that it's very difficult to arrange all that. You create a spreadsheet, you share it, you have to bookmark it, or you put it in Google Keep and or any other tool which you have, and the other person also has to keep on tracking it. So this is very time consuming. I mean, Google Keep will only send you a notification that, hey, this note has been shared with you, but what is it about? So which is the problem which we are trying to solve is we are trying to make it easy for you to share and list on the information. Okay. Let's say you don't have time, you have 20 asset details you want to put in, you don't have time to put in all 20, do it one by one. Record it and share it. Again, when you have time, record it and share it. And whenever you acquire a new asset or you sell off a new asset, you can update your asset vault to say that this is a change, and that change will be updated to your recipient saying that this is done. So it's absolutely about ease of use. Okay. And when there is ease of use, there will be more adoption.
Yeah, very true. So how secure is the app, since people get to upload very confidential details about their personal life? So how secured is this?
So even we as founders, we cannot see the information.
Okay.
So it's that secure because the database access is not available to anyone.
Okay.
In security, we have encryption as the key element, and we have end-to-end encryption for both data in transit and data at rest. Meaning, when you are entering the details and your data is going to the server, in between, even if someone is able to access the data, they cannot make head or tail out of it.
Okay.
Similarly, after the data being stored, that's also encrypted in the best practices provided by Microsoft Azure. So if someone gets access to the database, even then they cannot make head or tail out of it.
Okay. So how is the future of asset management going to be in the tech world, since you're making it easy for the people to manage their assets?
I wouldn't call it managing the assets. I would mostly call it listing of the assets.
Yeah, stacking up the assets.
Right.
Yeah.
So asset management is secondary step. If you look at the whole funnel of the people, right? The whole idea of asset management creating a will, all that comes later. The first thing is identifying what do you own, recording it, and then sharing with your family. So that's the whole intent, is to address that. And after that, there are enough companies which are doing asset management, which are there for creation of the will. So we are not trying to compete with them or replace them. We're just trying to say that you'll get more people through our service, because we are going to make people to list down their assets, to list down their emotional wills, and share it with their family members or friends or whoever, and create more users who are actually trying to do it.
Okay, so how is the emotional will going to work in the Mith app? How does it work?
So emotional will is a very novel concept. So the idea of emotional will essentially is just like you leave a financial will, where the finances and assets go to a particular nominee. Similarly, in case of emotional will, whatever emotions, whether I'm writing, I'm recording as an audio, I'm recording as a video, that goes to the recipient or the nominee at a particular time. Today there are 2 events on which that emotional will be delivered, and the choice is the users how they want it delivered. One event is posthumous, meaning after the user passes away, that's when the emotional will be delivered to the recipient. And the second event is terminally ill. So let's say if I have cancer, I go into a coma or anything, then my trusted contacts, they can update my status. And if I have chosen to deliver an emotional will at a terminally ill state, that's when it will also be delivered to the necessary recipients.
Okay, all right. So one last question. So where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years, and how is this Mith app going to change the game?
I wouldn't even call it change the game, because it's going to create a game. We really want to convince people to plan for the end of life. And we don't do that enough. I think insurance industry has done that very well, where the term insurance, the savings, etc. for the future is, they are trying to cover the risk of that. Which is where we come, we really want to say that not just buying insurance is important, but recording that it exists for your family is important.
All right. And I hope you success with Mith app.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
సో ఇది అసెట్ వాల్ట్ మిత్ ఆర్కి సంబంధించి విశాల్ చెప్తున్న విషయాలు. కెమెరామెన్ టీ రమేష్తో వాణి, ఈటీవీ న్యూస్, హైదరాబాద్.